Coming up on this edition of Uptown, we look at how UC is going green, the big changes the football team is facing, and a UC professor who keeps teaching even on spring break. All this and more coming up on Uptown. Hello and welcome to Uptown, a production of the Electronic Media Division at the University of Cincinnati. I'm Alex Doyle.
And I'm Kim Shoup. Last year, the University of Cincinnati Engineering Department built a solar house that was displayed in Washington, D.C. The engineers this year want to rebuild the house but make it more energy efficient. They plan to reuse materials from the original house to build the new one. This is just one way in which UC is planning to go green. Uptown reporter Sarah Kaniga went to find out more.
The environment and preserve natural resources. Some ways to live green are recycling, eating organic foods, using non-toxic cleaning products, and saving energy. Cincinnati is now introducing hybrid buses into public transportation. 6 hybrid buses are in rotation with 9 more on the way. Even the University of Cincinnati is involved with over 290 recycling bins throughout campus. Also, they have recycling competitions within the dorms. Whichever UC dorm has the most recycling material gets free pizza.
Our recycling has been increasing for the last couple years. We continuously buy new containers, replace them in different colleges and departments. In addition, we're starting to recycle at all of our athletic games. We've been increasing that in the last year. Last year we started tailgate recycling, so that was a big hit, and we were able to save approximately about 9,000 pounds from the football games of recyclable material, waste material that's recyclable from hitting the landfill.
Even though plans are in action to help the environment, there are still some students that think recycling does not make an impact.
I think it does make a difference, but I don't really think there's a very high awareness of it. And if it was as easy to throw like regular trash away as it was to recycle, then I'm sure that more people would recycle.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the world population will be over 9 billion in 2050. One student is concerned about future generations having substantial natural resources.
I like to think it's going to help our planet for future generations, and I mean, who doesn't want a cleaner planet? I do.
All of the effort to help the environment is now being recognized. Cincinnati Mayor Mark Mallory announces there is a Green Cincinnati plan in effect. The plan involves ways Cincinnati will improve the environment and even won a Hamilton County Regional Award. Sarah Kaniga reporting for Uptown.
This time of year, students are at least thinking about putting their winter clothes in storage, but this year, students may want to keep their coats handy a little longer.
Cincinnati weather is reliable for only one thing: being completely unreliable. In the same week, students can wear short-sleeve shirts and flip-flops, or winter coats and scarves. Most students have a hard time figuring out what they're going to wear on any given day. Temperatures this week were as high as 81 degrees in 1981 to as low as 24 degrees in 1972. It's 57 degrees today, and with this kind of uncertainty, how do students ever expect to know how to dress?
I know, living in Cincinnati all my life, that I have to constantly be checking like weather.com every day to see what I need to wear outside, because one day it can be extra hot and the next day it's freezing.
On a day like today, people are out enjoying the sunshine, but with Cincinnati's unpredictable weather, tomorrow could be a completely different story.
Well, it drives me crazy because you never know what the temperature is going to be like. One day it could be like 80 degrees and the next day it'll be like 30 degrees. So you pretty much have to have all your clothes from winter to summer out all the time because it could always be any temperature.
Springtime is supposed to mean football, frisbee, and just being outside with your friends. But don't get rid of those winter coats yet. Mother Nature has decided to keep the cold around a little longer. So keep your flip-flops next to your snow boots, but let's hope for warm weather.
UC will say goodbye to President Nancy Zinfer at a reception on April 28th. Dr. Zinfer is leaving to become Chancellor of the State University of New York. She'll assume that position on the 1st of June. A search committee is at work to find her replacement. The group is headed by H.C. Buck Niehoff. It includes deans, faculty, and community representatives. UC has hired a search firm to assist the committee in its work. The firm Heidrick & Struggles was involved in the hiring of Nancy Zimfer 5 years ago. UC board members think Dr. Zimfer's success here makes the UC presidency a more desirable position than it had been before. The search committee is holding 5 meetings spring quarter and hopes to be ready to recruit candidates by summer. They hope to interview prospects and make their recommendations to UC Board of Trustees by the end of December. Meanwhile, Senior Vice President Monica Ramai will serve as interim president.
Coming off a championship season, the UC football team is already preparing for next season. Uptown reporter David Harding went to see how the Bearcats are doing.
Most fans know Marcus Barnett as a big play wide receiver whose job is catching passes. But this is Barnett today, a cornerback whose job is to now stop receivers from catching passes. With the departure of 10 graduating seniors on defense, UC head coach Brian Kelly converted Barnett from receiver to cornerback during spring practice.
The team needed me, and Coach Kelly asked me would I want to help him out on the defense side of the ball, and of course I would help my team out.
Barnett hasn't played cornerback since high school, but he is learning and showing a lot of improvement.
This is not something that comes easy. Playing cornerback at this level takes a lot of technique work, takes a big commitment, and up to this point he's made good progress. So it's going to take us all 5 months to get him ready. We're going to have to use every day of that.
Barnett isn't the only player switching sides of the ball. Demetrius Jones is also using spring practice to adjust to a new position. Jones, a once heralded quarterback at high school, is now switching to linebacker, and defensive captain Aaron Webster likes what he sees.
He looks good. First thing I noticed about Demetrius, he's a physical linebacker. So, I mean, that's always a good tactic to be.
Kelly is used to these kind of experiments. Just last year, Connor Barwin converted from tight end to defensive end. And that paid off as Barwin went on to become first-team All-Big East. Barnett says he's happy with the switch to defense, but wouldn't mind playing on both sides of the ball.
Hopefully I get the opportunity to play both ways. If all the fans get in Coach Kelly's ear a little bit for me.
From Nippert Stadium, this is David Harding reporting for Uptown.
With the world becoming smaller every day, UC stresses the value of studying abroad. Hundreds of students take advantage of the many opportunities for foreign study. I had the privilege to study in Spain recently with Professor Carlos Gutierrez.
Study abroad is a chance for students to get to see life outside of their university. Associate Professor Carlos Gutierrez does not just teach Hispanic literature and culture, but beyond the classroom, he leads study abroad trips to Spain.
I've led study tours to different parts of Spain. Now I'm organizing a summer program in Spain, in Madrid, actually. It should be the first UC summer program in Spain.
Professor Gutierrez has been leading these tours since 1998 here at the University of Cincinnati and explains how it's a totally different experience for students and why it is so appealing.
There's something there that somehow keeps drawing people abroad, because it's living in another country is one of the most interesting and deep experiences that you could possibly have.
Studying abroad is an experience all students should consider. Not only does it look good on a resume, but broadens cultural knowledge.
It's a great opportunity to study the language while interacting with the culture, meeting a lot of great people, trying new food and experiences.
UC offers a huge number of places to study abroad, anywhere from South America to Europe. And if by chance they do not have a program in the country you're looking for, UC will help you find one. This is Kim Shoup reporting for Uptown.